Hello everyone, it's Amy here, and yesterday I posted, I hope you can hear me, I know I'm kind of quiet. Yesterday I posted a video from the morning of what I call a spirit sparkle, or I don't know what you call it, a lit up orb. And most orbs that you're going to see, most orbs that I see are through my camera, which it was on the camera, and with a light. So let's say you have your camera on and it's nighttime and you're outside and your flash is on. Most of the time it's gonna be caught with a light, which is why even in old pictures with old cameras, if you look online, you say ghost caught on film 1957 or something like that, they had a flash. But spirit knows how to manipulate electronics and cameras especially, but also cameras have a higher frequency and spirit has a higher frequency, much higher than our eyes. The best way to describe it is, you know how when you watch TV and it's just normal TV, you're watching a movie or a TV show, and then somebody films, let's say somebody filmed you watching TV, and you watch that film of you watching TV and the TV is flickering and you see like that flicker pattern, and you go, well, why can't my eyes see that? It's because it's a different speed rate of like a film. The aperture, the frame rate of the film is different, and that's what spirit is like. Cameras pick up spirit because it's a different, like in the frame rate, it catches it in the frame rate. And so, and the energy and all of that stuff, it's just the frequency, the EMFs, all of it combined. It's just much easier to use it with the camera. Now, having said that, have I ever seen anything with my bare eyes? Yes, I've seen many times. Purple flashes, sparks, I call them spirit sparkles, especially animals have a lot of those. I'll be petting my cat or my dog and I'll see spirit sparkles, which means they're happy or they're little angels around them are happy, but usually it's their energy, I think, is what I'm saying. So yeah, that's how it works, is with the camera. The camera has a higher frame rate and it catches things in a higher frequency. And when you have the flash on, that really helps, because I don't know why exactly, but I will say this: when I look for orbs, let's say it's nighttime and I look for orbs with my wall that's a portal, because that weird thing in my life, I have a wall that's a portal. And with the flash on, the camera on, not with my bare eyes, but with the flash on and the camera on, I will capture orbs and EVPs, not with my bare ears. So later I'll listen to it. It's just a weird thing. It's just how it is. So how does it work? How do I capture these things? Well, cameras and the light, for some reason, the light provides almost like more energy, because I hear more EVPs when I have the flash on the camera on. I don't know. That's a weird thing, but I think it's just provides more energy for them. But that's how I do it. That's how I pick these up. So, do I see things with my bare eyes? Yes. But most of the time, I and most intuitives, psychics, whatnot, we're using tools with our camera. If you watch ghost hunting shows, you'll notice that they capture a lot of things with their EMF detectors, right? Their little like Ghostbuster things with the antennas. They'll use little light specters where they have the pinpoints of light everywhere to catch, almost like to catch the apparition, to catch movement. The frequency of the other side is colder sometimes, not all the time. I don't really experience that all the time. What I experience mostly with spirit is like maybe it's because it's people that I love and know from on the other side, like a warmth, a tingle. Sometimes it's a touch, like a cold touch, but mostly it's just a warm feeling, and like a really deep warm feeling, and electricity. And I think the reason why people get so scared in places that are haunted or whatnot, old buildings and etc., is because the higher frequency of a spirit, it gives you the tingles. So therefore you're on guard. You have that fight and flight thing happening in your body. And also it's a lot in your mind. But yeah, that's how it's done. It's a really long explanation of how it's done. Now, for me personally, I will use my camera as a tool to try to see John, to get confirmation if he's around. And I'm going to make a whole other video about John here in a second. But so have I seen that before? Yes, I've caught orbs, many orbs with John. In fact, a lot of times, let's say I'm getting up in the morning and I've had my coffee and I come sitting here with my camera and I'll say, hey John, send me an orb. I'll usually think it because I don't want trickster spirits to send me something and have me think. You know what I mean? I like to sort of isolate the experiment of spirit communication. So I'll think it most of the time. Hey John, send me an orb. And I guess he doesn't think I always have to have proof on a camera. So before I can even turn on the camera, he'll shoot an orb right across the front of the camera. And that's without my flash on. That's how I typically know it's John, because he doesn't need a flash. He shows up with his own light, with his own energy. And a lot of times it's a really big, it's not like an orb, it's a big mass of spirit is what I see on my camera. I saw it the other day. It was this pink mass and it went across in front of the camera, across the room and came back. And when I sort of isolated the frames on the video, I could see John's features. So that happens a lot with him. Now, the sparkle thing. So what John does a lot is he'll make my camera click and go like that a lot. And also when he comes around, there's a pulse of energy and the walls will like push and there's a click in the walls. And also I've seen the sparkle thing, and he's done that before because he's done it with right there by the TV. I'll have the camera looking at the TV and I'll see sparkles, and then I'll stop the video and I'll be like, okay, let's test this, or is that just part of the video quality? And sometimes yes, and I'll go, okay, that wasn't John. Well, yesterday when that happened, I sat there and took several different videos and I never saw it again, and it's like intuitively I just knew it was him. It was a little heart. It was like an electric sparkle from him. I had literally just thought to him, John, send me a sign, send me a sparkle, is what I thought. And he did it. Now, he doesn't always do it because I don't think spirit always likes to be bossed around. You know, they don't have time for that. So, and I try not to misuse my, that I have this beautiful communication. A lot of times the communication is just a thought, or it is numbers like I've talked about. I'll look on my phone and I'll see 711, 117, 909, 606, 117, 711, 909 are like the main ones from John. Angels are like 444, 111, all that stuff. Birds, John sends me lots of birds. Of course, songs, he sends me specific songs. I've had my phone turn on for no reason, and it's the song like that's from him, and I know which one it is. There's like just like two that would be from him, like 2 or 3. And of course the other question is why John Lennon? Why do you think John Lennon? Believe me, I've gone through this my whole life, and that's what I'm going to do my next video, even though I've talked about it before. But tomorrow is his birthday, and so there's, you know, the veil is thin and he comes around a lot more for me, also around his the day of his death, and then his mother's birthday he comes around a lot, which is why I've pretty much succumbed to the idea that I probably was his mother, Julia. But okay, so that's how it works. I use my camera, I ask in my mind, I put out the intention, and John and I have like this communication all day, every day. Again, it's weird, but that's how it is. And that's, yeah, he confirms his presence a lot. And here's the thing, when he doesn't come around, I get sad, but I also realize now that he's off. Pardon my scratchy voice, I've had constant allergies. But here's the thing, when spirit goes off and you think, oh my God, they're gone, they don't love me, or they're just like, they've left me forever, or I've made them mad. We don't realize that spirit has to go off and level up. And while we level up here on earth too, and no matter how connected we are, and we're always together, but just like signs and feeling their presence, they have to take that part of them and go off and go to college on the other side, and they have to level up, and I respect that. And I know that he always comes back. He always does. And see, I have my times too when I sort of forget about him and live my life, which is good and healthy. But then we always end up together, me and John. Which next video I'll talk about that. Thanks for listening. Bye.